Well, hey, entrepreneurs, welcome back to another episode of our live Ask Me Anything, where for every single week we hang out on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern to answer your questions in 20 minutes. So if you've got social media marketing questions, I would love to hear from you. Get over into my chat box and let me know. But we did have some fabulous people write in early with questions, and I would love to get those answered and get those priority today. So let's dive in and let's take a look at some of these questions. The first one is from Leslie, and Leslie says, hi, do you have any advice on how to do a Facebook Live split screen? Facebook recently took away that feature, and I'm trying to get guests on my lives. Thank you. Well, Leslie, this is actually a really great question. Facebook did remove the ability to have two people on screen at once. You can't do that anymore. So you do have to use a third-party application, and I recommend be.live. You guys know I talk about them all the time. They are a fabulous company that allows us to do custom overlays. There's backgrounds. You can have up to 4 people on screen, which they're looking to expand right now. They're actually working on that and in the process of doing that specifically because I keep bugging them about it. I'm an affiliate for them and I work with them all the time. I teach on their platform. So you guys know I talk about them a lot, and it's because I so strongly back this company. You get to do all this customized branding. You get to have people on screen. And there's so much that you can do with it, with words and overlays and just all the good stuff. be.live is one of my favorites. You can actually check out our video over here. I do tours for be.live, showing you the inside of the dashboard, all the great features. I update all the time. There's some really great stuff there. Hey, Danielle, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. If you've got social media marketing questions or business questions, now's a great time to drop those into my chat box. I would love to get those answered for you while we're here hanging out. Leslie, make sure you are checking out be.live. I highly recommend it above all the other types of platforms you could be using to live stream on Facebook or on YouTube. This is by far my favorite, and it's super affordable. They even let you do some stuff for free, so it's pretty dang cool. If you do want to check out be.live, I can get you my affiliate link, get you an extended free trial. Let me know. Let me know if you want that. I'll be happy to drop that for you. Let's continue on. Be kind and bake for someone. P.S. Love that. Says, OMG, kind of. I'm in the middle of this video and I think I finally found my solution. This is great. I want to save my horizontal videos into vertical videos, and we were talking all about changing your horizontal videos into vertical videos for IGTV within this video. And Be Kind and Bake for Someone went on to say some lovely things. Thank you, friend, for hanging out. I am so glad you found your solution to your problem and switching your footage to make sure you are accommodating that for IGTV and for some other social media platforms as well. We did have Daniel hang out with us this week and says, dang, this is such a good idea to help your guests. It probably takes a lot of stress off of you, so your guests already know what to expect. Thanks for these great ideas. I'm going to make note of this for the future. Daniel was talking all about how we dropped a brand new video this week on how to prepare your guests for coming on your live streams in a way that makes sure you don't have to send a really long text-heavy email to your guests to get them ready to come on your live streams, on your shows, on your podcasts, on your whatever. We break down all of the content you need to have, where you should be putting it, what you should be sending them to make sure that you are doing really well within getting guests onto your shows so that you don't overwhelm them and scare them off, and fully prepare them for what to expect and to make sure they're a good fit for your show. So we worked on exactly how to do that inside of this video. Make sure you check it out. Daniel, thanks so much for hanging out. Always love seeing you, friend. Honeycombs and Bumblebees said, do you have any images of what the imagery would look like if there was a guest speaker as well as the screen share? So we were looking at our video all about how you can do a hack for screen sharing on Instagram, because Instagram does not actually let you screen share like you can on Facebook and YouTube. So with this, there is a little bit of a hack. I show you specifically how to do it inside of this video, and it involves imagery, and then it kind of makes your window small and you're able to talk and kind of go through it like you would on a webinar with those different screens and do that sharing. And so they wanted to know what that would look like. Well, friend, I do have a version of that. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Oh, did it not load? It didn't load. It did not load. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can get this up for you so that we can actually put this up on screen. We had a little bit of a tech glitch when we first went live today, so we just had to change that up there. So this is kind of what it would look like if you were to go live on Instagram. Yesterday I did a broadcast. I had a friend of mine on and I was showing off different things. And so you'll take a look. The person who joins you on Instagram will be down on the bottom where the comments are. And then you're going to be up at the top and you're going to be over on the right side of that. And then whatever you have on your screen is going to move around a little bit. I have noticed, because I've been doing this a lot recently, where I've tried to screen share and go live, it does distort it a little bit. It will move it in weird places. So if you have something in that top left corner, it will show it, but it also might cut a little bit of off. So make sure whatever it is small, and don't put anything in the middle. This was a screen that I had used just when I was on air. So it didn't have somebody on the bottom and it didn't cut off the words, but you can kind of see how that works. And I found it's different every time. Sometimes it will move it up so it doesn't cut things off. Sometimes it will squish things. Sometimes it will like be a little weird. So when you're doing this, you have to be prepared for it to be like tiny in your left side and possibly not centered. So just be aware that that could potentially be a thing as you are screen sharing and you have a guest on. You might want to do different versions of it just so you can play with that so it's not a problem for you when it comes around to what you guys are doing. Sketch by Christian, which I'm sure I messed up your name, but I am excited that you are here, friend. You say I'm in visual arts, so this will be very helpful. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things you can do on social media, especially in the visual arts. So I definitely recommend hanging out and doing all the fun things with us. If you've got questions, if you're joining me live, feel free to jump into those chat box comments right now and drop your questions. We're going to keep going with the ones that came in early. We are here for 20 minutes to hang out with you, friends, and get all of your questions answered. I'm going to make this bigger because this is a little small for me to read. Now I can't go on solo. It doesn't like me. So I'm just going to lean forward. Lara says, I've never heard of be.live. I can't wait to check it out and implement your tips like spacing. Thank you so much for sharing this information. We were talking all about how you can make your agenda better for going on a live stream. So your agenda is the words that are going to be on your screen. So like, this is my agenda. I would put words here and then I would start scrolling through and do something like this. And then I don't actually know what that one says. Yep, that one's okay. There we go. Have a question about your social media. This is my agenda. These are the bullet points that I'm going to be talking about. And we broke down how you can be arranging that within your be.live system or whatever system you're using to get the most effective way of setting up your agenda so you know exactly what you're doing, what you're saying, you know where you're going, you have your lead-ins, and you don't have any issues with maybe not being sure where you're going next. And I'm glad, Alara, that you hung out and you got those really great tips as well. So thanks so much for joining. Victoria says, really helpful and great advice. Thank you. We were talking all about when you should be posting on social media during one of our recent Ask Me Anything 20-minute sessions where we're hanging out answering your questions in real time. Speaking of which, if you're joining me live, get in my chat box. Ask me questions about social media, business, or marketing. I'm going to answer as many as possible today within 20 minutes. We've got a little bit of time left, and I would love to get your questions answered. So if you've got some, now is the great time to send those in. If you're on my replay, get down into my comments and leave me your questions. I'll save them for next week, and I will create some videos for you. I will answer them in our next AMA. I'll do all the good things. And now we've implemented a brand new Ask Me Anything over on our Instagram too. So not only can you hang out with me here on YouTube live every week, but you are going to be able to hang out with me over on Instagram as well. I'm kind of playing with the dates right now, but right now it's Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern, but we're going to see what works best for you guys and then get your questions answered over on Instagram every week and here on YouTube. So that's 2 chances for you to get your questions answered in real time without having to wait for me to make courses, webinars, PDFs, those bonus content things, or those videos for you. We're going to answer your questions in real time. We did get a great comment that says, this is such a great idea. I hate those long sales letters. Definitely going to take it into consideration if I go live. So this again was on how to get your guests ready without sending those long novel size emails on preparing them to come on your show with all their tech information when they need to know to be on your show, the dates, the times, all those fabulous things. I gave a simple solution on how to do this to avoid those icky long letters that people just send to the trash because they're too long to read, right? We get that fixed for you. Thanks for hanging out, friend. I appreciate you being here. Kane Promotion says, thanks. I've been trying to learn how to live stream lately so I can start building that option into my production schedule. Yes, I am so proud of you. This is a big and important step because the algorithms favor live streaming over video, photos, text posts, all those things. And live streaming right now is gaining so much traction because everybody's stuck at home because of quarantine. So now is the time. Jump in, friend. Do all the good things. And if you need a little help, make sure you are checking out those videos as well. Let's take a look. We're getting questions coming in. I do want to make sure we are answering those too. We still have questions that were written in early and we've got 10 minutes to go. So let's get as many questions answered as possible. Danielle wrote in and said, if you only want to focus on going live on one social platform, which do you recommend? So I do have a video about this. And actually we had a question come in about this, which I'm going to chat about momentarily. Was not my next one. Nope. I'm like, that would have been so amazing if it had been the next question. No. So Danielle, when it comes to picking one platform, you have to figure out where your audience is going to be. So this is going to be a little bit different for everybody. We do have a great video on which live stream you should be choosing, which live stream location, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It comes down to where is your audience going to be and what are you going to do with the footage? So we know with YouTube, it is searchable. YouTube is owned by Google. So when someone Googles something or when they YouTube something, they're going to find YouTube videos on that topic. This is really, really helpful. Now, if you live stream on Facebook or Instagram, always take your video and put it out on YouTube as well and optimize it for SEO purposes over on YouTube. Given the choice, if I had to sit down and say, I can only live stream on one platform from now on, I would pick YouTube. Most people have access to YouTube. Not everybody has Facebook. Not everybody has Instagram. Not everybody likes those platforms. I like YouTube because it's searchable content, because everybody has a YouTube account and it's easy to watch. Even if you don't have an account, you just can't interact. But it also saves me a lot of work because I don't have to repurpose it and put it on YouTube. Now, I do grab my footage. I do put it on Facebook. I do put it on Instagram, IGTV, IG Stories, you know. But this is the bulk of the work. I don't have to do that to repurpose it on YouTube. Once I set it up on YouTube to live stream, it's good to go. It's optimized. It's ready. And as soon as I'm done, it's out in the world already. There is no lag time. There's no wait time. So if someone cornered me and said, you can only use one platform the rest of your life, right now, as of right now, with all the resources I have available to me, it would be YouTube. However, I go live on Instagram all the time. And I go live on Facebook all the time. And it depends on where I build my audience. So I have a platform that is very strongly invested into my Facebook. If I all of a sudden moved over to YouTube, I would lose a good portion of my audience. So I actually keep that show over on Facebook. And I know, nope, I don't think I can talk about that yet. There's a thing coming that's going to make that a lot easier for me, but I can't talk about that yet. But Instagram actually has my best engagement rate, usually. Well, except for one platform where I've trained them hardcore to show up on YouTube. But Instagram is great because it tells people in real time, and a lot of people hang out on Instagram, and they don't get as distracted on Instagram as they do on Facebook. And so Instagram is great for getting that real-time engagement, but Instagram only allows your live stream to last for 24 hours and then it disappears forever. So you either have to screen record it while you're doing it, or you have to download that footage, but you lose all the comments. And so at that point, Instagram is great for engagement, but you're going to have to repurpose it and you're going to have to make sure that you're aware of that as you're moving into it. Facebook is great because you can go live on your business page. You can go live on your personal page, which you cannot do for a business. If you're running a business, don't go live on your personal page. It's against the terms of service. Please don't do it. You'll get banned. Bad things. You can go live on your business page. You can go live in your groups. And these are really great ways to reach out to people, especially inside of groups. If you have cultivated a really good Facebook group, I do recommend going live inside of your group once a week to kind of build up what you're doing, because Facebook is putting a lot of emphasis on groups right now. So Facebook is wonderful if your audience is built there. YouTube is great if you want it to be searchable content. And Instagram is great if you want to have really high real-time engagement. It really just comes down to what you are doing with that. So I do recommend you check out that video. It gives a lot of really great details on how to be doing that and how to choose what's right for you. For me, of everything that I do, if I had to pick one, I would probably lean into YouTube Live, just because there's a little bit more of an edge, a little bit more in terms of benefits. For me personally, for my business, it might be different for yours, but it is a really great question. You do need to figure out for your business what is going to be right for you guys. Jay wrote in and said, how do you save the comments and interactions when you download the video from Instagram? You mentioned something about screen capture. So Jay was on a video where I talked about how to live stream on Instagram. What Jay has not seen yet is that I just did a brand new video all about how to save those live streams from Instagram. There are two ways to do this. You can either screen record it on your phone, or you can save the footage directly from Instagram. If you save it directly from Instagram, it is going to remove those comments. It's not there. It's just the straight video footage. If you do want to have the social proof that people were there and interacting with you, and you want to be able to go back and remember those comments that people had said, you do want to live live stream it. You want to screen record it. There are two ways to do that. You can either do it on a secondary phone while you're live, or you can do it afterwards, but those comments are not going to scroll in real time like they would if you were recording it from a live. Bonus though, since this video came out, literally in the last like 2 days, Instagram has made a brand new announcement. The people at Facebook, because we know Facebook owns Instagram, came out and they're doing a series of live stream videos where they're informing us of some of the new updates on Facebook, because the Facebook convention has been canceled this year because of all of the quarantine stuff happening. So they're live streaming information to us in a series of videos. And one of the really cool things that they dropped this week was that we now have the ability to watch Instagram live streams on our desktop. We also have the ability to direct message now on our desktop, which I'm so grateful for. And so now, as an added bonus, if you do need to record what you are doing on your live stream and you are using your phone to live stream on Instagram, because you have to, you can actually do some screen recording from your desktop as well to make sure you are getting that live stream footage recorded so that you can put it out on the other social media platforms, on YouTube, all those fun, fabulous things. So Jay, make sure you're checking out this video right here and you are checking out how that works within your, oh good, my screen froze for a second. I was very worried. Make sure you're checking out the desktop version of this as well. I have not, as of right now, tried to record from a desktop version. That is because this information is brand new. We just broke it recently. And you guys don't want to miss out on this one, because this is a really cool new way that we can add to this as well. All right, moving on. We've got lots of great questions that have come in. If you are joining me live and you would like to get your questions answered, please jump into my chat box right now. And if you're on my replay, get into my comments and leave me your questions so I can get those answered in an upcoming live stream or video to make sure we are building a profitable business for you through smart social media marketing. We've got a couple minutes left, so we want to make sure we get the rest of these questions answered for us today. So Power Pop Fitness jumped into one of our videos today and said, this is a great idea. And I love how short and to the point you are. Thanks. Well, thank you. I do try not to have a lot of extra flowery words, and I try to make sure that you guys get the information as quickly as possible, because I know longer videos, for those of us who produce videos, help our watch time. It helps to grow our channel. But as someone who's consuming videos, I always go for the short, condensed version. I want my answer quickly, and I want to be able to move on with my life, so I try to keep it as quickly as possible for you guys, and I'm glad that you appreciate that as well. Allie jumped in and said, as a business owner myself, I really enjoyed this. As long as we are genuine and come from a place of service, we don't ever have to worry about this. So last week during our AMA, we did have people write in wanting to know, how can you market? How can you pitch? How can you talk about your product or your service, the thing you're creating, without sounding like a slimy car salesman? So we talked all about how not to be spammy, but still market in a really valuable way to the people who are following you on social media. So check out the video if you have not. Natalie, thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate you joining us as always. Oh, hey, you're here. I'm glad that you're here. You said, I want to live stream. I have an Instagram and Facebook group. Which would you say is the best to live stream on? Okay. So you've got an Instagram page and you've got a Facebook group. These are very valuable things for you to have. Facebook is putting a very strong focus on groups right now. So getting into your group, forming community, forming conversations, and then live streaming to them to grow what you're doing inside of your group is highly, highly valuable to you. Instagram is also incredibly valuable to you, because that is going to be seen by more people, and people can find you a little more organically through the Explore tab, and they can kind of find you in different ways. Now, inside of a Facebook group, only members are going to see you. So right now, I recommend you are live streaming through both and different content on each. Because if you've got a group, what you're doing is fostering and growing that community. You are preparing them to be on your team, to be evangelists for you, and to buy your products or services. So inside of your group, I want you to do deep dive lessons. Whatever you're talking about, whatever you're live broadcasting about, whatever you speak about, inside of your Facebook group, you need to give more, do more, and go deeper with them. You are creating that connection. This is the place you are speaking to your people. Instagram is the place you're speaking to everybody, who might want to hang out with you. This is more of a public live stream. So this is going to be not quite as in-depth as your Facebook group live streams. This is going to be a little bit more surface level, a little bit wider content as opposed to the deep content. You are getting people used to you. You are getting them to realize you've got community going on. You've got deeper conversations they should be involved in, and you're interacting with them. You're engaging with them. You're doing all the good things, friends. But Instagram is going to be a little bit more social and a little bit more surface level. Not necessarily like shallow. We don't need shallow, but it's going to be a little bit more on the top level as opposed to the deep level. So you are giving more and more and more inside of your closed Facebook group because this is your community. These are your people. These are the people who have taken that next step and said, yes, I want to be involved with this person. Whereas Instagram is full of people who maybe want to be involved with you, who could potentially want to be involved with you, who do want to be involved with you. And you've got that whole array of people. So you're speaking on a little bit of a different level to that. So I recommend that you go live in both in different ways. And I recommend you do it weekly to form that community, friends. Really, really important. And of course, if you need more help with deciding where you should be live streaming, if you really insist on focusing on one, make sure you're checking out this video because we're breaking down exactly what you need to know about going live on all of those fun, fabulous platforms. And if you've got questions, I would love to get those answered for you. Go ahead and shoot those over to me. Katie jumped in this week and said, I love how broken down you make this. I love step by step. Well, listen, I was really excited to do that episode. Last week during the Social Media for Bosses talk show, we talked specifically about how you can be using Livestream Action Plan, my brand new membership site, to help you create one really big, valuable live stream within your business every single month to grow more profit within your brand, within your business. We are giving you a roadmap. So this is step by step, button for button, word for word, caption for caption, exactly what you could be doing to set up your live stream, get guests on your live stream, to market before and after, to repurpose your video, to make sure you're extending the life of what you're doing. One really big, meaningful, impactful live stream per month. Plus, outside of that, I give you a lot of bonuses like our magazine where I'm teaching you social media tips and tricks, other additional supplemental live streams you can be doing. We talk about graphic creation. We talk about your marketing. We've got office hours, so you can actually hang out with me for an hour twice a month. We've got critiques. We've got ways to make your live streams more actionable. If at all possible, I show up to your live streams and we work as a community to build each other up. So there's a lot of things you can do, but the main key here is I hand you a PDF with everything you need for one really big live stream per month within your business. And it's basically done for you. All you have to do is fill in some blanks. You got to make some pretty graphics to go with it for your marketing purposes. And then you got to hit the button and do the thing. Otherwise, I'm doing the work for you. And it's stuff that I have battle tested within my own businesses and the businesses that I run or I help with my clients to run. That was not said properly. I do not run my clients' businesses. I teach them how to run it. They do it, and then we test things together. It's a great thing. And if you want to go hang out, I've actually got some freebies over on the site. So you can go to livestreamactionplan.com. Over at livestreamactionplan.com, you will have access to a full course on how to run a talk show. We're talking everything from tech to how to pick your name. We talk about your topics. We talk about your marketing. We talk about your graphic creation, like everything. You could take this course and walk away and run your own talk show. That is my goal for you. But then if you want help doing a monthly live stream, you can opt into the membership. I also have a free action plan for you, teaching you how to run and ask me anything, just like I'm doing here, where you're sourcing questions from people to build up your business and educate them on what you're doing within your business. So you can grab that for free, and I may just have some other surprises I'm releasing in the next couple of days. So livestreamactionplan.com is going to be the place for you if you want a hand to hold while you are doing your live streams and growing your business right now while we're all in lockdown and everybody's at home with nothing to do but watch you on social media, help them grow and educate them in what they are doing and run your own business and make sure you're creating profit within your business. I love, love, love live streaming right now. Now is the age of live streaming. It is an amazing thing. And I would love to hear from you guys. If you've got social media marketing questions, feel free to hit me up. I'd love to get those answered for you. And of course, you can come hang out, livestreamactionplan.com, socialmediaforbosses.com, which is our live stream talk show and podcast that comes out on different days. Thursdays at 3 for our talk show here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and notification bell. And Sundays for our podcast with completely unique content. And of course, you can hang out at kmrobinson.com as well, where you will have access to courses, webinars, all sorts of free trainings. 90% of what I teach is free on social media marketing strategy to build up your business in a profitable way. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you again next Wednesday right here on YouTube for another live Ask Me Anything, where for 20 minutes or 25 minutes now, we will be answering all of your questions in real time to make sure you are where you need to be within your business in terms of social media to make sure you're growing and getting more money within your business. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys again next week, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new episode of the Social Media for Bosses talk show. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired, friends.